Ugh. Social anxiety, one of the worst traits to have that ruin your social experiences. And the truth is, everyone on earth has this. And with that being said, I know what you might be thinking. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Donald Trump, they all can perform in front of millions of people. But sure, I get it. But the difference is it comes in different levels in all of us. And the people that you're idolizing, it's actually far much more less than the average. And therefore giving them crazy advantages. And in this video, I'm going to break everything down for you. To having this social anxiety that you currently have, to having a social anxiety so low that you feel liberated from all the chains that are holding you back. You can relax. I'm not promising you anything unrealistic in this video, such as by the end of today's video, you'd completely be done and over with your social anxiety. Now, from someone who's talking from experiences and from someone who's helped countless of people deal with their social anxiety, I know that this is a long-term process and it's not something that you can overcome overnight. And I really believe that improving and healing from your social anxiety is one of the best things that you can do in your own self-improvement. It opened doors for other sectors as well, such as excelling in other skills, improving your confidence, your relationships, your mental health, your self-respect, your social experiences, and I could go on and on and on. So I'm going to be honest with you. This video might be the reason why it changes your life. So take everything what I'm about to say seriously. But what's important is that you see through the results. I don't want to just tell you just in the video. I want you to just follow everything I say in the video and experience the results for yourself. You'd see, you're like, holy shit, this guy was actually right. And watch the video with your full attention. No half scoring in the comments, no watching other videos, or just procrastinating. Now, give this video your full attention. Everything that I'm about to spit in this mouth, you need to listen to it with your full utmost attention. Right now, I'm not asking for any subscribe, any like, for anything. Just nothing much, just your full attention. And let's begin. So I'm going to go through this video section by section. And the first one that I want to start with is healing your inner wounds. And let's be honest, there are 1,000 reasons, or there are many reasons towards a cause of something. Let's say your cause of your social anxiety. And I believe there's always that one major aspect that is like ruining everything. And once you deal with that thing, it actually reduces a lot of things that are like, correlating to amplifying or correlating to just engineering that one aspect, right? And that one thing is healing your inner wounds. And obviously your inner wounds are caused by many of the experiences, especially childhood experiences, maybe the system in school, or maybe your peers in school, your peers in like your neighborhood, etc., etc. But just in general, your experiences that you've experienced throughout your whole life. Examples of this include highly strict parents that overly raise their kids on like criticizing them. If let's say your parents were always criticizing you, like oftentimes than not, if let's say they always had something bad to say, if they always got a comment to say, etc., and as a child, that reprograms your brain to think every other person's just gonna just react to you the same. Every other person's just gonna be backlashing you with criticism, with doubts, etc., and therefore when you go out there, especially into the real world, especially into like other social situations besides your household, you start to believe that okay, other people are criticizing me, therefore you know what, I'm just gonna, your brain just automatically thinks of more criticism that other people are saying. It's an automatic thing. It's reprogrammed from how your parents used to treat you. And another example that I could just include is, the one time where you were comfortable with someone or something, then unfortunately something just pushed you back in a very traumatic way. Or let's say you were public speaking, right? You had, for the first time, you're actually like really confident and everything like that, and then you all of a sudden you had like boo 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 boo. That experience, one of those experiences, or many of those experiences, could actually lead you to have that inner wound which is now afraid to experience that same experience again. You think, oh, maybe they'll boo at me again, or maybe those friends would actually now do this or that, etc., etc. It becomes a whole like that. That one experience, it could actually destroy your confidence for a lifetime. And there's a lot of experiences that left you wounded. And sure, you might be like, well, doesn't that mean everyone is wounded? But here's one thing, just because everyone's the same does not mean that's okay. And sure, here's the trap. Most people, when they're in the healing journey, they're just focusing on venting and being a victim. But that's not actually healing. That's actually being in an endless cycle loop, which you're now doing a disadvantage for yourself. Rather, when healing is supposed to be an advantage for yourself. Like literally, If you know that you're just venting, if you're just crying, if you're not making any improvement but rather playing victim, then that's not healing. That's literally just another thing now. But healing is literally taking steps towards going deeper into what caused the trauma, what caused the wound and everything like that. You need to go deep, and it requires you to be vulnerable with yourself. It requires you to also experience those unprocessed right emotions that you actually felt when you were young, or maybe not felt, but which you didn't felt. Believe some other emotions which you didn't felt. When you were young, etc., where you couldn't have time to process it. It just stays inside and therefore causes a wound. And then when that thing just stays inside, it bottles up. Just like an angry guy, right? If he bottles up his emotions like too much, then he ends up bursting, or he ends up transferring to another place. Just know one thing: energy transfers. Energy always transfers. Maybe you got that anger in you, within you. Maybe you got this sadness, this etc. Just healing is a whole another different process, but what I'm doing right here is just trying to warn you that you shouldn't just focus on venting and the whole victim and stuff like that. Focus on making progress towards healing, towards improving, right? Make sure that you are seeing results. And the right guy is for you, just that I would recommend, right, is actually a guy called Brian, right? He has a YouTube channel called Healing with Brian, or Improving with Brian. But anyway, I'm just gonna link it down in the topic in the description. The reason why I'm reckoning him instead of myself here is that he's more qualified. He's more of a professional here, right? Which I'm not qualified. I'm not a professional here and everything like that. But he's much more, qualified and experienced to this. And I myself have done like a significant amount of progress towards my healing, towards my improvement and everything like that. But he would help you like much more, right? I believe I'm also still in the process, and I've done the work, which is like 90%. I feel like 90% of people, which I know, like, they haven't done what I did. Like, it's I've done a significant work basically. But anyway, just go to this guy's channel, Brian, and then just focus on just listening to him. And then also, I mostly reckon that you should also buy his program. And anyway, this guy does not know me, I do not know him, and it's just a whole, it's, I'm just doing this for you, right? For the benefit of you. I mean, let's be honest, watching YouTube videos won't help as much as just one-on-one coaching would. So therefore his program helps you, just in coaching one-on-one, and tailored service and everything like that. I just work on that. But if you don't have the cash, just watch his videos, and therefore just also in your own time, in your own efforts, just spend time in using his information that he gives out on these videos to improve yourself, to help you dive deeper into that wound, help yourself dive deeper into that wound that caused your social anxiety, right? Just like the examples I gave below. Maybe it's those strict parents, maybe it's some experience, etc., but dive deep in it and deal with it in healthy steps. And I've done this myself. And I'm still in the process. Don't get me wrong, I'm still in the process. And therefore, I feel like, he's more qualified to teach you in this than I am, basically. And another thing, right, it's another warning, basically, right? When you're in this healing journey, you might find that a lot of people are at cause towards your wounds, etc. Maybe that one childhood bully, maybe that your parents could have been a cause towards maybe your social anxiety, your low confidence, etc., your wound and everything like that. But let's be honest, sure, you could blame them and everything, right? You could blame them, but don't dwell too much on blaming people. Rather, take accountability for your own life. Take accountability for fixing your own life, and stop giving away power to other people. You're giving away power to your parents. You're giving away power to that one bully. You're giving power away towards that one friend which caused that inner wound in you. And let's be honest. Let's say you give them that power. Are they gonna fix your wound for you? No, they're not gonna fix your wound for you. You are responsible for your own life. You are capable. You are the only one which is capable of fixing yourself. And I want you to realize that. Not just focus too much on my mom just they were like this, my parents were like that and that and that. Because let's be honest, I feel like just like me, right? When I was in this healing process, I noticed that flip, my mom, my dad, they caused a lot of my wounds and everything. But the fact that I was constantly just venting and blaming on them, it doesn't help. Just sure, acknowledge that they cause the thingies, and obviously use that information and what you've gathered to improve. What's important here is progression and improvement, not just dwelling too much on like the past and blaming people. Don't do that. And now, journaling. And I know it sounds gay, right? Actually, I know a lot of guys which think journaling is feminine, but no, it's not. And let's just break this down in context of helping you improve on your social anxiety. So, how does it actually helps? You'd actually find out that a lot of your anxiety is caused by not finding clarity, and journaling is a good system towards finding clarity. Not journaling as in venting. No. Journaling in terms of going deeper and challenging your doubts. Because let's go back to social anxiety. Social anxiety, right? Social anxiety, it's when you socially in like a setting, right? And then there's your mind is constantly filled with doubt, with limiting beliefs, with skepticism, with like bullshit, right? And then you can use journaling to challenge those limiting beliefs, to challenge your doubts, to challenge your skepticism. And not only that, but actually to form solutions, right? Journaling in terms of going deeper, challenging, analyzing yourself, and creating solutions towards improving yourself. And you can ask really deep questions which help you challenge those doubts, beliefs, etc. Like, how true was that doubt? What made me cause that doubt? Why was I skeptical? Why was I fearful? And most importantly, what steps could I take towards improving on that? And also, let's be honest, in this day and age, right, it's a busy world. You're usually on your phone, usually this, usually that, and that, and that. But your dedication towards journaling, it gives you enough time to just process, to learn more about yourself, to find clarity in the things that you're anxious about, and most importantly, to help you form your own solutions towards healing and improving on anxiety. So now the third thing is exposure therapy. What's exposure therapy? Exposure therapy is that type of healing, right? I would actually say it's a type of healing method where you actually heal yourself by exposing through what you actually fear or what you're actually suffering from. Let's say if you're suffering, again, you're suffering from social anxiety, right? Expose yourself in social situations in that in where like you're mostly anxious about in order to improve. But that's not enough. Whenever obviously you expose yourself to towards that thing that you fear, it's not really enough. You also need feedback and improvement. Okay, go out there. Let's say, for example, I'm afraid to public speak. I should go out there, give myself more opportunities where I could public speak, where I could, I could feel scared. And growth happens through discomfort. Whenever you're uncomfortable, that's where you know that, okay, this is where the area I should focus on going on. Just like in public speaking, etc., where your social anxiety is at most, it's at its peak, right? Or maybe just normal social interactions. Just put yourself more in those social situations, and therefore make the aim to always, go back and, as I said at the previous stop, journal where you could improve, journal and try to analyze, try to just notice the patterns, notice everything, challenge your beliefs, etc. Just go there with the intent of giving yourself feedback, because feedback is like the bridge towards your improvement. This is experience, this is improvement, but then in the middle right here is literally giving yourself feedback in how you improve, feedback and analyzing, etc. That is what happens. Just like me, right? uh just in my earlier days where like I was completely undeveloped, where I used to be scared to talk to women. Well, as a solution, you know what I did? I called a post woman where I was scared to even fight. As a solution, what did I do? I joined boxing. As a solution towards maybe just public speaking, what did I do? I exposed myself to a likelihood where I'm about to like public speak and etc. All my growth happened through discomfort. And the fourth thing that I'm about to discuss is improving your presence. What do I mean by improving your presence? When you're suffering from social anxiety or whatever degree of social anxiety, because previously I did say that social anxiety comes from different degrees, and those degrees depend on how strong is your presence, your ability to become present in like social interactions. Even right now, are you truly present with me right now, or are you just also just thinking about something? The fact that you're thinking about something, the fact that you're there and there and there and there, it tells me that your presence is not as strong as it used to be. And when you have a weak presence, right? I don't mean like presence as in aura, but presence as in your ability for your mind to be in the now, like in the present, in like the literal present, right now, right? How strong is that ability? If it's weak, you're more likely to succumb to social anxiety, and therefore, how can you literally improve your presence, right? And the best way which I did, right? Actually, the two best ways which I did was literally this. Number one, meditation, and meditation for the intent of tailoring it towards improving your presence. And how do you do this? You literally every day, right? I don't care even if you start from 30 seconds, you can then progressively increase from there on. Let's say you start from 30 seconds and then slowly, right? You in and then out, in, out, and everything like that, right? But just do it slowly and everything. Just do it slowly, and as soon as you catch your mind wandering off, bring it back to the present moment. As soon as you catch your mind wandering off, bring it back to your present moment. Constantly. You need to be constantly be doing that, and that helps you fuck ton a lot. And how does that help you? Let me just explain. That helps you by reprogramming your brain. It reprograms your brain to be present. I mean, let's be honest. Repetition creates habit, and therefore you have all this time, right? You've been programming your brain to constantly be thinking about criticism, to constantly be wandering off, to constantly be daydreaming, etc., and not be wandering. And this is a good habit to include in your life that reprogram you to become present in moments. And therefore, if you realize that it will also carry you out on social interactions. Whenever you're now in social interactions, you find that you're now more present. And what does being more present mean when you're in social interactions? It means less social anxiety. It means that, okay, fuck, I can literally focus on the now instead of then blah 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 and all that in my mind up here. You don't have to do that. And the second thing, right, is literally practicing being present in like a stressful situation, or in a situation where you'll likely be wandering off. Let's say in a social situation, practice just bouncing back your presence, because you realize that, oh fuck, I'm starting to think about the next critic that will say something about me, or I'm starting to think about this doubt, I'm starting to be skeptical, I'm starting to be in my head. You start to catch yourself doing that, and whenever you catch yourself doing that, right, you bring yourself back, and I'm gonna be honest, it's exhausting. It is exhausting in the first, or in the beginning, right, in the first stages. It is exhausting, but long term, it's actually good for you. It programs your brain. It's all about. And sure, by your own benefit, you can also just feel free to also research for yourself other methods which help you improve your presence, such as exercising. Exercising also helps you improve your presence. And I believe it's all about the intent. I feel like there are people which meditate, there are people which exercise, but then the fact that they don't have that intention of solving the social anxiety, the intent of being present, right? Each time you do these things with the intent of improving your presence, right? That's how you also just improve your results on it. When you meditate and keep on telling yourself, who the heck is that? When you meditate and keep on telling yourself that, flip, I'm doing this for like my presence, then therefore you tailor your whole system towards your presence, and not just meditating, not just breathing. And now, removing limiting beliefs. Because let's be honest, your beliefs are what drive your reality. Therefore, ask yourself this, right? Especially when journaling. What beliefs are causing me to become anxious? What beliefs are triggering my anxiousness? What limiting beliefs do I think, right? Especially if you got this, no matter how silly they are, I mean, it still runs at the back of your subconscious mind, right? Just expose that. Just write it down in your journaling. Write it down, right? No matter how silly it is, no matter how weird or funny it is, but those limiting beliefs are what really shape our reality, right? And what common limiting beliefs can I say which actually cause social anxiety? Let's say, right, one thing. Let's say I'm a short guy. And then whenever I'm around ladies, right, and then all of a sudden last week I was listening to this influencer which goes like, you know what, if you're under 6 foot, then you can't get any woman. Therefore, that also just increases my anxiety around women. Be like, flip, for sure they think that I'm short, or for sure they think this, for sure they think that. and this and this and that. The thing that you heard before has also been like a contributing factor to your social anxiety, just like that one factor. I remember, just like me, right? I'm below 6 foot under. Then I remember the same period where I heard this guy in a podcast where he was talking, if you're under 6 foot, then girls don't want you. And then all of a sudden, like, I started having this anxiety all over. I couldn't be present whenever I'm in social situations because I'm always minding, okay, who's taller than me, who's this and this and this than me, who's what about a girl? I'm taller than God. I was always just fixated on other people's heights, and therefore that's actually part of social anxiety. It's, social anxiety is that it's whatever that's in your mind that's unable to keep you socially present in that moment. That's actually what it is, and therefore you need to get rid of this belief, and not just get rid of these beliefs, but also replace them with beliefs. Right, beliefs that actually give you power. Because let's be honest, belief can give you power and could also take away power. So what beliefs literally can take away your power, or give away your power rather, right now? So let's be honest. The belief that will give me power is that even if I'm short, I could still bag a lot of chicks. I could still get a 6 foot and above a girl, and sure, other things, right? And not only just replacing your beliefs, but you can actually break those limiting beliefs by real life examples, such as, I remember this guy, right? He's also 5'9", and then I was looking at like his history of his exes, and then they're all 6 foot and above, and his current girl was 6'3", and he was 5'9". Imagine that, 5'9" and 6'3". That was like, what the heck, as a guy. And then obviously when you go to the internet, they'll be like, that's too short. There'll be this, there'll be that. It's the man is the woman supposed to be shorter, and sure, maybe by your own terms, it's supposed to be like that. But if that guy carried on this limiting belief, he wouldn't be as charismatic as he would. He wouldn't be as amazing as he would, because he's a really amazing guy, right? He's not afraid to approach. He's like, wow, he's got like if I could say approach anxiety, right? Scale his approach anxiety from like 1 to 100. He's like it's almost like up to 0, but he's a very fantastic guy, and therefore he's like this carefree guy who didn't succumb to all these online beliefs about like short people, this and that, or people under 6 foot and everything like that. Beliefs literally are what holding you back, or what also cause you anxiety. Get rid of those beliefs, and also break them yourself. Break those limiting beliefs yourself. If you heard, or if you part of like the guys which go like, I can't get any goals when I'm under 6 foot. Maybe I'm like 5'1", and then I'll be like, flip, I'm not 5'1", by the way. But let's say I'm 5'1", right? For example, I'll be like, flip, I cannot get any girls. Well, just break that limiting belief for yourself, and anything is possible. Anything is possible. It's just that your mind sets the barriers and the boundaries, etc., etc. So expand your beliefs, and rather consume something that's important, that gives you power, and then just takes it away. For God's sake. If you made it this far to the video, thank you for watching, and congratulations. Right, congratulations, because you're one of the few people in this world which has a great attention span, and who watches unedited videos. Better yet, they educated guides, right? Educated guides which help you just improve your life in general, and that's the mission of this channel. Help young men improve their social skills, intimacy, and overall confidence. And therefore, I would appreciate if you just like the video, and also just give me a subscribe, right, to follow my journey through. Obviously when you do this, the video just reaches out there more people which need this video. You'll be just contributing in a good way, so it's a win-win for me, right? And just to show some appreciation for my effort. I mean, literally right now the rain is like almost raining, and then like I have to like walk back home and everything like that, and therefore I'll be just glad if just that one person just made it this far in the video, right? Just let me know in the comments, and just holler at you. Thank you so much. And therefore, if you want more advanced systems, right, towards like improving your social skills, intimacy, and overall confidence, then just make sure to book a call with me. I'll just help you, coach you one-on-one, because I help like real life people. Like in real life, I help like tons of people through these stuff, right? I've guaranteed results and everything, and I'm looking forward to also helping someone like you. It's affordable, not overly pricey, and everything like that, but it's one of the best investments that you could make in your life. Just book a call and just one-on-one. Because let's be honest, watching YouTube videos they're not directly tailored to you, but when like it's a one-on-one call, you tell me your tailored advice, and I'll give you tailored solutions and do those systems that work for me and for the other people that I've helped in my past, right? It'll help you 100%. So stop link in the description and make sure to subscribe, like, and just let me know if you watch this video to this form. And thank you. I'm rooting for you from afar. Mwah.